Hello everyone and welcome to this live stream. All right. How are we doing here? Can we hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. If you folks are here for the live session, can you let me know how the sound is? We'll get started in just a few minutes. Okay, I can hear myself. We'll just give people a chance to come in and then we'll go live. So how this works is we do a 30-minute Qigong session. We do like a warm-up, some stretching, breathing. We finish with the 5 elements flow. We do a short 5-minute meditation. And then I open up the floor for questions, answers. And depending on how it goes, I also provide like an update or some valuable information about Qigong. And yeah, so we'll just kind of go with the flow here. This happens every single Sunday at this time. And today I'm off visiting my sister, so I'm in sort of a different setup today. Hopefully you can see me and hear me well. I'll give people a few minutes to join the live, and then we just keep on going. Time is it? So yeah, we'll give 2 minutes and then we'll start. So if you are joining the live, get yourself ready, find a comfortable place to do some Qigong. And if you're just getting ready, yeah, find a place, get a little thing of water, get yourself comfortable. We're going to start in about 1.5 minutes. So here we go. Okay. Let's do a check here. How are we looking? All right, 30 seconds, and then we're gonna get going. And of course, if you're ever watching these lives and you ever arrive late, you can always just pick off wherever we are, and you'll still get some benefit from the practice. So hopefully you can hear me. I've got my my hat on today with my mic. It's a little bit different than I normally do. I'm just trying different stuff. I feel like hat, no hat. I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. The shirt's a bit stretchy, so put the mic there because this is pulling down the shirt. All right, let's get started with this 30-minute 5-element flow practice. The 5 elements are a fundamental aspect of Qigong practice, and the 5 elements are in this ancient way from Taoist philosophy to describe the various energy and phases and aspects of our body, of nature, and it's also used to describe the Qigong practice. So what we're going to do to start off this short 30-minute routine is we're going to do some spinal cord breathing. I think it's a great way to start a practice. It helps us to kind of bring some movement into the spine, open up the rib cage, and it just feels really great to do. So spinal cord breathing, keep your arms and hands nice and relaxed. And we're just gonna inhale up, open up the rib cage. And as you exhale, pushing the air out, and then inhale up. Exhale down, and inhale up. So just moving nice and easy here. You're relaxed through the hands. And we're just trying to breathe fully as we inhale, opening up that rib cage. And then as you exhale, you can actually feel the front of the spine, and you're massaging the internal organs here as well. And exhale down. Now let me know how the sound is, if you folks can hear me all right. And one more time, exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale, arms down to the side. All right. What we're going to do next is we're going to continue with some breathing exercises just to kind of continue to breathe, because throughout the day what can happen is that we get distracted and we actually forget about our breathing. And so a great way to start a Qigong practice is actually just to kind of tune in, to drop in and see where we are. So let's place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, just below the belly button. And we're going to keep your feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, and just relax through your face, neck, shoulders. And we're going to breathe into our belly. Then the ribs expand, the chest expands. And then exhale, the chest deflates, ribs, belly. So it's called wave breathing. And we're just dropping in to see kind of where we are, how we feel, connecting to the breath. And by breathing intentionally and fully in this way, nice and slow, full breaths, with the hands on our heart and our belly, it actually begins to change the way we feel, helps us to relax, to ground ourselves, center ourselves. So just allow yourself to shift into that present moment. As you exhale, let go of any stress or tension you don't need to hold on to. And inhale positive energy into this present moment. All right, when you're ready, you can exhale, arms down to your side. And we're going to continue with some ringing out of the spine. So what we'll do is we're going to start, you can place your hands on your hips if you'd like. We'll start from turning the hips to one side, knees slightly bent. And we're going to ring out the spine like a cloth, right? So hips, shoulders, neck, wringing that out. See if you can float through the top of your head. Inhale as you come back to center. And exhale, twist the other side. So hips, mid-body, neck and shoulders. Head floats up. Keeping the head floating up toward the ceiling as you turn to center. And we'll do that one more time on the other side. Just wringing out the spine. Inhale, float back to center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, floating back. And exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Let's just shake with the arms. Shake with the legs. And let's do some full body shaking here. So just shake through the hands, pump the elbows, pump the legs, inhale through the nose, and exhale with a sigh. Shaking is a great way to activate, to free up energy. And when we shake and sigh, we can also kind of purge some emotional stress that we're holding on to. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. We'll do it 2 more times. And we'll slow it down. And just feel that warmth and tingling that we've created in the hands and the body. We've already activated some of that chi, that life force energy, which is exactly what we want to do early on in the practice before we go into the flows. All right, so now what we're going to do, I want to continue to activate the energy a little bit more here. But first, let's do let's do kind of an activator that's also a purging exercise too. So we're going to do the pump. Now, with this movement, it's a more active style of Qigong. So listen to your own body, watch how I do it first. And this is kind of a quicker movement, so you can always slow it down. You can always do it more intentionally and just do it so it feels right for you. And remember that with Qigong, it's not always about how far you stretch or how fast you can move or whatever. It's doing Qigong right for you. Qigong is a practice that always fits you and your lifestyle. And that's what's so amazing about it, is that Qigong is an infinite art, right? You win whenever you do it, and it's the journey and the exploration and making it work in your unique body and lifestyle that makes it an incredible practice. So I'm going to inhale, arms up, and then exhale, we float through like that, okay? So inhale up, exhale, drop. So that's what we're going to be doing. It's called the pump. This is a good exercise for the lower back, and I'm just going to flow through here. And we'll start to slow it down. Pumping the legs, we slow down. And let's just feel into the body for a second. Feel that warmth and tingling that we've cultivated. And we're activated. Energy's going. Okay. So now let's actually just do a bit of tapping. So let's tap up and down the sternum. Nice and slow. Or nice and gentle, like you're tapping it, you're not hitting too hard, but it's enough to kind of shake the sternum. And tapping is great because it can free up tension, stagnation that we have in the lungs and the heart area, which can free up a lot of emotional stress. So in Chinese medicine, the heart is looked at for kind of like impatience type of thing, and stress, anxiety can also be held in this area, as well as things like sadness and grief. So just by knocking up and down the sternum, we can kind of free up some of the negative emotions that are held in this part of the body. And then just tapping just below the collarbone. This is lung 1 and lung 2, so this is a good way of activating the chest. Keeps connected. Okay. I was just tapping here below the collarbone. And then we'll tap the other side as well, just below the collarbone. Take some breaths. And then let's take some deep full breaths. So we'll do crane soaring here. So with this, you're going to inhale as your arms float out. And then exhale down. And inhale. And exhale down. As you exhale down, you can slightly bend the knees. And as you inhale, your arms float out to the side. So here we've activated the lungs through tapping. And then we're continuing to really stimulate and open up the lungs through deep, slow breathing. And exhale down. And one more time. And exhale. All right. Let's tap up and down the back. Just tapping up and down near the kidney area. And we'll tap down the sides of the legs, past the knees, calves, up the inside of the calves. And back to the hips and down. Breathe comfortably. By tapping, we can free up the body's energy through these points, through these meridians. Free up the blood flow. Then just tapping one hand over the other, just below the belly button. So you can even use one hand, same spot, use two hands. And we'll slow that down. Just feel the warmth tingling through the body. Maybe you feel some warmth and tingling in the hands and the wrist area. So that buzzing, that tingling, feeling of electricity, that is the chi activation. What is chi? Again, chi is your life force energy. It's your heartbeat, it's your warmth, it's your metabolism. And Qigong, gong means to be skillful and to work with your chi. So if you feel that, you started to activate it, you're doing some Qigong, you're learning the skills to work with your life force energy. Okay, so now we're gonna just free up some tension in the lower hips. So let's do some hip circles here. I just wanna open up, now that we've kind of activated the upper body, the lower body, we've done some deep breathing, which means we've got some good lung chi coming in. I just wanna do the massage of the lower back here because it's good for the kidneys, it's good for the blood flow in the upper lower part of the body. But this is also just a really common area that holds a lot of chi stagnation because we sit a lot in this culture. And, excuse me, burping is normal in Qigong. And then when we do these hip circles, it helps us to free up stress and tension in the lower back area, which is super commonplace for us to build that tension. So if you were gonna, do Qigong every day for 2-3 minutes without a video, this is such an easy move to remember. I would recommend having this kind of on your, and we can change direction here. So let's change direction. Having these hip circles as like a go-to movement in the morning or before bed, or if you've been sitting for, hours long at the office, this can be a good movement to do as part of your daily and weekly maintenance. All right, one more time. Then we're gonna shake one more time is here. Just shake everything loose. We're gonna shake and then we're gonna go into our flow, the 5 elements flow. Shaking is really great to do before a flow because, like I said, it kind of activates, frees up all that energy. And then when we do the flow, the goal is really to move a little more gracefully and help to circulate, tonify, and move that life force energy. So we're going to slow her down. And we're just going to take a few breaths here into the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Let's go into our flow. So the first move we're going to do is open the flow. So here, you're just going to inhale as the arms float up. And exhale, arms float down. So here you're relaxing through the fingers, wrists, face, neck, and shoulders. And by moving with relaxation and ease, it helps to teach our nervous system to relax and how to move the body with more ease and grace. And as we do this, see if you can soften through your fingers, your wrists, your neck and shoulders. Because when we do the movement and we hold a certain posture, that's like the banks in the river. And the chi is going to move through those banks. So the muscles, tendons, fascia, these things. And so that's why you want to relax while we do the flow. These are not stretches. These are easy moving flows. And don't worry about it being perfect either. Just have fun, move. And remember that it's a practice, it's a cultivation. And here we go. Inhale, arms float up. And down. Now let's do just a little breathing here. So let's just stand here for a moment, hands pointing up toward the lungs. Just take a few breaths. And feel the energy starting to grow. And then our next inhale, arms start to float up. Palms turn to face toward the ceiling. Then exhale, arms reverse and they float down. Palms float toward the ground. Inhale, arms float up. Palm face toward the sky. Slight pause at the top. And then exhale, float down. So this movement here is called Buddha holds up the earth. It's for the lung element phase of this 5-element Qigong flow we're doing. Exhale down. Mental elements related to the lungs. So really focus on just breathing here, gathering energy. Slight pause at the top. Exhale down. And a slight pause at the bottom. And one more time. And exhale, arms float down. As I come toward the bottom, we'll go into the fountain. So bring the back of the hands together. Inhale, hands float up. Exhale, they float out. Wave down, a little knee bend. And then straighten the legs a little bit. Float the arms up. And exhale down. So this movement is for the water element in the kidneys. So you can kind of, if you want, you can connect to the bottom of your feet. Imagine you're pulling up that water energy from the bottom, feeling your body. Water element relates to the kidneys, but also you can describe these flowing movements as water. It's interesting. Exhale, float down. Last one. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, float it to the side. And you can bring your hands to your lower back. And we'll take a few breaths into the lower back area. You can even use like the inner smile technique to smiling into the lower back. You can visualize a blue light in the lower back area, like water. Just breathe and smile into the lower back area. And when you're ready, exhale, arms down. Turn to your left side. Inhale, arms float up. Hold breath to center with your hands above your head. And exhale, let go. Relax the wrists, float down. This is the tree swaying flow for the wood element, which relates to the liver meridians. It's important to remember too that like in Chinese cosmology and Chinese medicine, the organ isn't just the physical organ, there's also the energetic components and how the energy flows and circulates from that organ. The organs are looked at like reservoirs of energy. And so they're viewing the organs not just as things or physical processes, but also a happening and a process and an energetic system. Inhale, arms float up. Turn to the center. Exhale, release. So if you'd like, you can inhale up gentleness, kindness, clarity of vision. You can exhale, let go of anger, things you're holding on to from the past. And allowing the intention for renewal, a fresh beginning, a clear vision for what we'd like to cultivate in our lives. Like a tree pulling up fresh water, turning to the center, and the leaves gathering the energy from the sun. Inhale. Center. Exhale, arms float down. Inhale, arms up in front. We'll do a few breaths here in tree pose. So with this standing posture, your toes are pointing forward. Your arms are held out in front of you. Round shoulders. See if you can lengthen up to the top of your head. Keep your chin in. And just breathe here. And when you're ready, you can exhale, lower your left arm down. Inhale, turn to your right. And we'll do cloudy hands. So we're just flowing here. You're turning from your center. Arms only move when we switch. Keeping the spine straight. This is for the fire element in the heart. As the arm crosses the heart, clearing away impatience. Cultivating love and compassion, just floating through here. Breathe comfortably and naturally. And again, don't worry about things being perfect. What matters is that we're moving. We're feeling into our body. We're creating that connection with our emotions, with our thinking, How does movement affect the way I feel? How does intention and breath? One more time, come across. And we'll come back to center here. And we can exhale our arms down. Inhale. And exhale, pebble in the pond. So here you're inhaling the arms back, slight bend of the knees. And as you exhale, arms float out and the knees straighten. Of course, in Qigong, we never keep our legs super straight in Qigong. It's always slightly bent. Exhale forward. And flowing through here. See if you can connect to the earth, that feeling of gravity beneath you. This is an earth energy flow. It relates to the spleen, the stomach. And we're really focusing on cultivating a feeling of being grounded, connected to the ground beneath us, centered. And the energy that we've cultivated in this practice too, we're really trying to stabilize it in the lower part of our body. Floating through. Let's do one more. When you're ready, sit back. Keep your feet flat, but you're on your heels. And arms out in front of you. And let's just kind of connect to that earth energy. So breathe in, feel into the hands, feel into the lower belly, and just take some breaths here with this spleen stance. See if you can relax to the hands and breathe. And now let's inhale, arms out to the side. And we'll do pulling down the sky. Exhale, centering the practice. Inhale, arms out to the side. And exhale. One more time. Exhale, arms float down. Cross the hands over the lower belly. Bring the feet closer together and we'll stand tall. Float up through the head. See if you can relax your feet. Just breathe into your lower belly. If you feel like gently swaying as you breathe, the energy is moving through the system. Feel free. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute Qigong session on this beautiful Sunday. If you'd like, you can take a minute, get yourself some water, and then we're going to begin a short 5-minute meditation. And then we'll do kind of Q&A questions, and maybe I'll share some useful Qigong information. We'll see. All right, if you're ready, you can find yourself sitting on a meditation cushion, a chair, or even lying down. I'm just sitting on the floor, so do whatever feels right for you and that's comfortable. Let's start with taking 3 breaths. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Again. And one more time, inhale. And your next inhale, you may close your eyes. Just feel the weight of the earth beneath you. And allow yourself to really connect and feel how your weight is being held on the earth beneath you. And then see if you can notice any sounds in the room or in your environment, and just connect to those sounds without judgment. And even with your eyes closed, just notice the visual field. If you see black or some color, light shining through your eyelids, just notice that. So the weight beneath you, the sounds in the room, the things you see, the temperature of this present moment, this is the present moment. And just take a moment to listen to whatever thoughts are passing through your mind. Whether it's a judgment, you're thinking about the past or the future. Totally normal to have thoughts when we meditate. We're not trying to stop thoughts. But I just want you to label your thinking. So throughout this meditation, if you start to mind wanders or you get distracted, just label it. Oh, thinking. Kind with a gentle label, thinking. And then come back to whatever it is we're doing here in this short meditation. Okay. Now let's bring our attention to our breath. Just noticing the breath. However it is right now, just breathe naturally and observe your breath. Is it constricted? Is it tight? Is it open? Just take some time to notice your breathing. And if your mind wanders, just label it, thinking. And come back to just observing your breath. Now I invite you to bring a smile to your face and to your eyes. Even if it's a pretend smile, just bring that smile. And you can bring your hands, cross them over each other, and just bring them to your heart. And feel any warmth you might feel on your chest. And just start to, just like you're smiling into your face, let's smile into our heart center. And just feel any, even if it's subtle, however it is you're feeling is perfect. Just smile into the heart. Remembering it's a cultivation practice. When you're ready, inhale through the nose. And you can sigh your arms down, back to your legs. And just take a few breaths here. When you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe if you're sitting down, just start to wiggle your spine from side to side. Maybe do a little stretch. And just congratulate yourself for taking time today to do some self-care, do some stretching, some flowing, to smile into the heart, these sort of self-care and inner cultivation that we've done today. And now I open up the floor for the next 15, 20 minutes. We'll see how if people have any questions, and we'll just hang out here, do a Q&A, and if there are no questions, which sometimes happens, I will just talk about some useful points for beginners in Qigong. But if you have questions, leave them in the chat there. And it always helps when people share questions, because you might have a question that you want answered, and then it helps someone else get those questions answered as well. So I have a list of common Qigong questions here. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So if you're new to Qigong, or if you've been following me for a while, you probably know, like, I don't talk a lot about, or I haven't on my channel, like the history of Qigong, where it comes from. But essentially Qigong it's at least, we believe, two or 3,000 years old. It comes from ancient China, and it's believed to be rooted back to ancient Chinese shamanistic practices. And it was eventually incorporated into the Tao, which is a Chinese philosophy. And the Tao is a perspective and way of looking at life where to live well is to live in harmony with nature as it is. So you're living in harmony with the seasons, in terms of the food you eat, how you dress, how you govern. So the Tao is really about, it's more complicated than just that, but a big part of it is living in harmony with nature. And the Taoists saw themselves as part of nature. And so it was a very holistic way of living. And so, yeah, there's Taoist Qigong as well as Buddhist Qigong. And it's a pretty amazing and broad practice. And so that's sort of the history of Qigong. That's where it comes from. Actually, it's kind of interesting, though, because the term Qigong is actually relatively new. I think Qigong, like these practices have been around for thousands of years, but Qigong, that term, I think it's like 60 or 70 years old, actually. And I heard a really cool story from Ken Cohen, who's a Qigong academic, a Qigong writer. And he said that, I can't remember the man's name, unfortunately, in this live, but there was a Chinese scientist who got involved with the human potential movement. Like, how can we maximize human potential? And he got into Qigong and did a lot of studies and research on it. And he's basically saying that Qigong is one of the most profound and powerful technologies ever developed for increasing human potential, just because of its ability to, regulate the emotions, to manage stress, to promote longevity, how Qigong can be so beneficial to all the organs and the tissues, as well as the energetic aspects of the human body. And so that's really interesting. This was a scientist. Obviously, he's from China, but So that was an interesting perspective. So Qigong as it is, I guess it's ancient in its roots, but it has a lot of really practical modern applications, and the term Qigong is a relatively modern term. Happy to answer any questions, of course. Um, People have commonly have questions if qigong is religious or spiritual. I think that there probably are groups of religions that practice qigong. Like there are religious Buddhists and religious Taoists who this is part of their practice. But qigong itself is actually pretty broad. There's thousands of types of qigong, and people use it in different ways. For me personally, qigong is really about health, fitness, improving my mental health, maintaining longevity. There is like a spiritual aspect to it, but not spiritual in a religious sense for me, but more spiritual in qigong is a way of connecting to reality, connecting to the universe, and living, less stress, more peaceful, more loving way. And I think qigong has been really powerful for me for cultivating those things. And what I like about qigong too is it's not a belief system. Obviously, belief and intention can make a huge difference in how well qigong benefits you, but that's true of basically any form of medicine. Actually, based on research, like your belief and your approach, your relationship to what it is you're doing is going to make a difference. Um, and in qigong, we have sayings too, like where the mind goes, the chi flows, and yeah. Okay. So I'm happy to answer any questions. We'll see what people are saying. Thanks again for joining this live session. Let me think here. Something else I was thinking. Yeah, so stay tuned here at Effortless Qigong every single week on Sunday. This live session will take place. Right now, I'm really focused on sharing the 5 element practice every Sunday. So the warm ups will always be a bit different. We'll focus on different stuff. And we're going to keep working on that 5 element flow as a group. And I think that's going to be really nice. Stay tuned for every Saturday. I'm going to keep working on that self-compassion meditation, though I might be switching that to like more of a group hangout and chat. And I might switch my compassion meditation or my meditation focuses to make some pre-recorded ones, because I think that might just be better for people than just joining midway through a meditation might not be that useful. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned every single week on Effortless Qigong. There's a new routine coming up. Usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometime around then, that a new routine comes up. I just created a new routine and posted it yesterday. Fantastic routine if you're looking to do some breathing, reduce stress in the neck and shoulders, and do a nice flow. So that will leave you feeling less stress and more energy. Yep, new video every week, lives every week. I'm doing a rebrand of the channel, so I think that's going to look really nice. I think going forward, the thumbnails are going to look better. The channel itself is going to look much more high quality than it does now. So I'm looking forward to launching that probably around the end of November. And then, like I've been talking with this for a long time and working on it. And I'm looking at some options right now, but I'm pretty sure by the end of November, the Effortless Qigong website will be relaunching, but this time with access to the membership side. So the membership side will include like premium pre-recorded videos, of which I've already filmed. Lots of great channels, or not great channels, lots of great pre-recorded videos, including the 7-day challenge, which will be launched at the same time. And the 7-day challenge will be a free 7-day challenge where every day there's a 7-minute routine. And the function of that is really just to motivate you and to encourage you to see what happens when you practice Qigong every single day for just a little bit. And it's just 7 days. So you can kind of carve that out with that intention. And I think that it'll be really great. So I'll be launching the 7-day challenge probably the end of November, beginning of December, as well as the membership side of things. And then, so in the membership side, you'll get the on-demand library, which will be like pre-recorded videos, ad-free. You can, and then there'll also be routines available for purchase and download, and they'll be very affordable. But the nice thing about downloading and purchasing a routine is that like you connect with it a bit deeper. You can watch it at any time, and yeah, so that's nice. And these will be exclusive routines that are not on YouTube. YouTube will generally be very short routines, very basic ones, and my higher quality, more beautiful scenes, more in-depth videos will be on the membership portal. So in the membership site, you'll have like videos as short as 5 minutes. I've got a bunch of 5-minute create routines like stress breakers, before bed, undo the desk type 5-minute routines, all the way up to 1 hour long routines will be coming to the membership side. So I want to give people like the option to be able to, it's great to do a 5-minute routine, a 20-minute routine. But like on Sunday or days when you have time off, doing a longer, deeper practice just allows you to get more out of the practice and go deeper. One of the things I like to do is do shorter routines. For me, I usually do as short as 10 minutes, but usually about 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night is what I go for. But for most people, I think 5 or 10 minutes at night. It's going to make a big difference. You do that every day. And then on the weekends, you can do your longer practices, your deeper flows, your meditation, that type of stuff. But it's a fun thing to explore and continue to explore your Qigong practice. There's lots of different styles, different ways of doing it. And I think that this Effortless Qigong membership is going to make a big difference. You also on the website, there will be like more live sessions and this sort of thing that you can join in through Zoom. So I'll be talking more about that in the future. So thanks again for joining this live session. If you have any questions, I still have 5 minutes. And if not, maybe I'll leave you with a final remark here that Qigong is an incredible practice for having less stress and more energy. In Qigong and in the Taoist perspective, in the perspective of Chinese medicine, everything that we're dealing with in our lives is Qi, just different densities, different qualities of this universal energy, this organizing principle that has existed through everything, right? So Qi is both an energy in Chinese philosophy, but it's also the sort of the source and the intelligence behind the organizing of, for example, your cells and your body and these sort of things too, right? So when we take time to cultivate our energy through breathing, stretching, flows, acupressure, self-massage, all these incredible tools that have been cultivated by humanity in Chinese medicine, in the Tao, in Buddhism for thousands of years, we can make a huge difference in our lives. For me, I know I used to have a lot more crippling anxiety and stress. Emotions used to get really stuck in me and I didn't know how to let them go. And it wasn't until I discovered Qigong and started practicing on a regular basis that I was able to purge the stress, cultivate the energy and the emotions that I really desired. And the amazing thing is about Qigong is that your body is naturally going to try to heal itself anyway. This is sort of the view. When we become Qigong practitioners, students of Qigong, we become the gardener, right? When we play the role of pruning the weeds, of tending to the flowers and the vegetables and whatever we want to grow, metaphorically. And when we do that, life changes, things become a lot more beautiful because we're cultivating that inner garden, right? So continue to practice Qigong, continue to explore it, and I think you're going to be glad you did. I think It'll not only change your life, but the lives of those around you, because when you start to manage your energy better, because you're interacting with other people in the world, just through the interaction, you're more graceful, you're more relaxed, you're less reactive. That will have a positive effect on you, your family, your workplace. And so just continue to explore it, to practice, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Peace.